Hi, this is Mike Elliott, and you're watching a CEO Live executive interview. In this episode, we'll be talking to Mr. Trent Daniels. He's the founder of One World Holdings, creator of multicultural fashion and play dolls. One World is a publicly traded company listed under ticker symbol OWOO. Good morning, Trent. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, Mike. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for asking. To start off, could you give us some background on One World Holdings and the market need it addresses?
Yes, absolutely. First of all, One World Holdings is a parent company to the One World Doll Project. Now, what the One World Doll Project does is that we create multicultural fashion and play dolls, very similar in size and shape to what would be known as the Barbie dolls or maybe the Bratz dolls as well. But what makes our dolls different is, first of all, we focus on a diverse ethnic background for each one of our dolls. There are 5 dolls in our initial set called the Pretty Girls, and that's Prettie. And the Pretty Girls are, one of them is an African American, one of them is a Hispanic, one of them is a Middle Eastern Indian, and we have a Caucasian doll, and we also have a doll of African descent. So with the One World Doll Project, we wanted to really address the needs in the marketplace because realistically speaking, every Christmas and every birthday of some little girl somewhere in this country, you have women of color that are in the stores or they're online and they're looking for high quality dolls that look like their little girls, that reflect that, that culture and that diversity. And so we, instead of just creating a doll line with 1 or 2 dolls, we really wanted to address a complete, diverse ethnic and racial line of dolls because we know that there's a big need in the marketplace. Now, ultimately speaking, the question is, why hasn't it been done before? And the reality is that it has been done, Mike, but nobody's done it like we've done it. And we'll talk about that a little bit later on as far as some of our management team and us taking the company public, you mentioned earlier, in order to secure the right kind of financing in order to be able to capitalize what our vision is with this company.
And you're exactly right. That's what I wanted to get into next. Can you give us an overview of One World's management team and how their backgrounds are going to contribute to your success?
Okay. Well, first of all, we knew when we were going to take the company public that we had to have the right people in the right place. And even if we weren't going public, we needed to do that. But as a public entity, that's very important. And I'll just go down the list real quick and just kind of give you an overview of the people that are calling the shots and making things happen. The first person is our CEO, Joanne Melton. She's a 23-year veteran of JP Morgan Chase Bank. Extensive career in management, team building. In fact, one of the things she specialized at Chase is when something was wrong with the department, they brought her in to fix it. So she's very good at making a model run efficiently and effectively. And so that's why we're thrilled to have her as our CEO. And then our next big player on our field is Gene Inslee, and he is a former senior vice president at Mattel. He was over all Barbie products for over 6 years, and he actually lived in Hong Kong and worked directly with the manufacturing plants down there. His expertise in this company has just been amazing because he's really helped us as a new doll company kind of walk through all the traps and pitfalls that come with, being in that business, especially in the arena of manufacturing. Now, the fact that he was over all Barbie products for such a long time also gives him great perspective on helping us really kind of gauge where our business and the business model needs to go. As you know, there's nothing that's in stone. Everything's dynamic and it's constantly moving and shifting. So what Gene has helped us do is really adjust our business plan in such a way to where we still have mass market appeal, but it also makes sense for us. And that's one of the reasons why the first year we're focused on internet sales instead of trying to go out and compete with the big box retailers for shelf space. We just focus on building a core business over the internet, and then the big box retailers will come to us. The next player on our team who is very important, in fact, I'd probably say the most important, is our doll designer, Stacy McBride Irby. She was with Mattel for 15 years. She created and designed a line of dolls called the Sew in Style Barbie. Sew in Style Barbie was the first authentic African-American line of Barbie dolls that had ever been put out by Mattel. And what I mean by authentic is that the body shape and some of the facial features were a little more closely resembled what you would see with women of color. So that line was very successful, and Stacy has achieved worldwide fame because of that line of dolls. And so she is really the gas in the engine, so to speak, and the designs that she's done with the Pretty Girls dolls. And I have one actually here with me. I'll show if you want to see and talk about that a little bit. We want to play with dolls, but this, her design skills are just impeccable, and she's also a fashion designer, so she created all the fashions for the dolls. As far as the people really helping support the business, we have Steve Varner, who is a legendary 3D sculptor from Los Angeles. He actually worked on the original Star Wars movies and, a lot of the big things, Lara Croft Tomb Raiders, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So, when you really look at our team, we've got people who have been there, done that. And that's really the most important thing, especially in the arena of quality. A lot of the Black and the Hispanic dolls that have been on the market, even though they've been there, they really have not been of a measurable quality or comparable quality to what you would find in a Barbie doll. So we're just thrilled with our team. Every single person plays an important role. We've got a great board of directors. We have a former VP of Global Operations for Dow Chemical who's on our board of directors. So we're thrilled with the team, and I guess that's kind of one of the gifts that I've been given is the ability to really identify who needs to be where and when they need to be there. And so our team has just been amazing, and we're thrilled to have them.
That is an incredible team. And the next, we got into this a little bit, but tell us about your business model at launch right now. So you say it's online. Just give us a little more insight into that and how you plan on building market share initially.
Okay, well, starting November 1st, we will launch our official pre-sales for the Pretty Girls dolls, okay? Now, we'll go into pre-sales for 30 days, and then on Black Friday, that's when we'll actually go full speed ahead, gearing up for Cyber Monday for online sales. Really the way we're approaching expanding our market and building our business model and building our business is through reaching the audiences that we know are going to have the greatest interest in our product first. And that happens to be the African American and the Hispanic audience. We are not a Black or a Hispanic doll company. We're a multicultural doll company. But the reality is that right now the underserved market is the African American and the Hispanic market. So Lena, our African American doll, and Valencia, our Hispanic doll, will be the first ones that we'll release. Now, I talked earlier about our team and segueing into building our business model. We also have Cheryl Shade, who is over all of our PR and our strategic partnerships. Cheryl Shade is most recently well known for representing Gabrielle Douglas, who was the young lady that won the all-around gold medal in the Olympics, gymnastics. So Cheryl really has brought some great relationships to the table as far as marketing and PR. We'll be doing some pretty major interviews on major network television, radio as well around the dolls. We also have several celebrities there that are attached to the product who, through their social media, will be promoting the dolls. So our goal is to focus on the African American and the Hispanic markets first. We'll be advertising where really Mattel didn't with the Sew and Style, which is Essence, Ebony, Jet, Magazine, BET, TV One, Telemundo, Univision, places where we know that core underserved market are at, and we know we can get to them, first of all, pretty easy, and second of all, without a lot of high cost. When you're talking about running advertisements on the Cartoon Network or on Saturday morning cartoons, trying to reach that mainstream audience gets a little bit financially prohibitive. But if we just focus for the first 12 months on that core audience, then we'll be able to expand out into a mainstream audience, and that's exactly how we're going to build our business and acquire our market share.
And my next question, I think you already answered. When these the first products are hitting the market, it's the day after Thanksgiving, though, right?
Well, officially, as far as our official sales, in other words, our ship date, but we'll go into pre-sales on November 1st. There's been such a big demand around this product and so much enthusiasm in the market that we really want to go ahead and have a 30-day sales pre-sales period or ramp-up period before we start to ship, and then on Black Friday, gearing up into Cyber Monday, that's when we'll actually start to take orders. And hopefully, we've sold out by that time, but we'll begin to take orders in order to go ahead and start shipping on December 2nd.
And you've mentioned the first two markets you're going to be pursuing first, but where do you see the biggest market opportunities for One World in the next 2 to 3 years? Maybe not only within the doll space, but maybe within the merchandising space or other areas.
Well, you hit it right on the head. It's all about merchandising. The first thing we have to do is build the brand, of course. Okay. And so we've got to make the One World Doll Project and the Pretty Girls brand as much of a household name in between now and then as we possibly can. Once we've done that, then we'll start moving into some other merchandising ventures. We'll be doing a national tour in order to put together a Pretty Girls music group. We actually have 2 cartoons in production now, and those will be for major television. We're also focused on merchandising, t-shirts, hats, lunch boxes, any and everything possible, school supplies. So, we really know how to follow the blueprint. It's just a matter of doing so. Now, there will be variables and things will change, of course, along the way. But that's, again, why the importance of the team and the decision making comes in. But, merchandising is really it. But the first thing we have to do is establish the brand of Prettie girls. Once we do that, then that's when we'll be able to see us pursue our model as far as merchandising is concerned. But we know other things will come along. We know there's going to be many more celebrities that will want dolls created in their likeness because really Mattel and Hasbro don't really have a dedicated concept to doing that, or at least it doesn't seem that they have. Right now, we're getting calls from celebrities who have gone to Mattel, and Mattel told them no, and they're coming to us, and we'll embrace them with open arms. I mean, there's some criteria, of course, but it's just the celebrity arena has really also proven to be a great profit source for the company, and so we're just going to keep rocking and rolling and moving on and building things. But merchandising is the key, absolutely, 100%.
Well, Trent, it sounds like you have an incredible foundation built. So to launch this thing, you've got a great team in place and certainly a great product and a great concept and a real market need. That's all the questions I had for today. Were there any other comments you wanted to add before we close?
You know what? Just want to add that, right now we're focused on building shareholder value, and this is a great time for those who may be looking for some type of investment opportunity, be it small or a larger one, to really give One World Holdings, OWO or stock symbol, to give us a look. When you start to look at the structure of the company, when you start to look at the volume that the stock is doing, when you really start to look at the team and all the things that an investor would look at and say, is this a place where I think my money can grow, or I think that I can make profits? I won't try to answer that question for you, but I would say that, it would be a good time to really give it a look and think about putting some investment capital into OWO stock. And we'll keep doing what we're doing, and we're going to make it all work. Everything's going to be great.
Trent, thanks for your time. Thanks for joining us.
No problem. Take care. Have a great day.
You too. We've been talking to Mr. Trent Daniels. He's the founder of One World Holdings, a publicly traded company listed under ticker symbol OWOO, and you can find out more about them by visiting their website at www.oneworlddolls.com. Thank you.